About to show these boys how we do it. You ready?
Higher, further, faster, baby.
That's right.
You talked on set about sort of all the expectations around this film, around this character, and how you can't necessarily control how people are going to react to it, how people are going to feel about it. But what has playing this iconic role meant to you?
For me, it's been profound personally. I have found a level of strength that I didn't know I had. I feel like I've been pretty open about the fact that I'm definitely an introvert, and so putting myself out there in a public way with this film, or even owning that type of stance and power that Carol holds, felt kind of silly to me and seemed like a big hurdle. I can do things that are very internal, but sort of opening up felt difficult. So being able to spend this time doing that has just prepped me for a different way of living my life now that I'm really excited about. So whatever happens with the movie is sort of secondary to, I feel like, the personal journey that I've been on with it.
It had to present a lot of challenges. It definitely sounds like it took you out of your comfort zone. What sort of highs and lows did you encounter along the way on this journey?
Well, what's interesting is that the lows are really the high. It's hard to explain, and the best way I know how to describe it is through training, which is kind of a lame thing to say. But when you're working out, you'll train for so long and you'll finally be able to do something that you weren't able to before. So maybe it's breaking your deadlifting record. For me, it was really hard for me to break 200. It took me a long time. And you break it, and you have the 60 seconds where you're like, oh my gosh, I just did this thing. I did the thing that was amazing. And then 2 seconds later, you're doing something else and you can't do it. You can't do 20 push-ups that day. And so there's this constant sort of balance of the highs and the lows, and in those lower moments, getting the strength to overcome it then becomes a thing that you get in your car at the end of the day and you're like, I did that. It felt impossible. It felt uncomfortable. I didn't want to do it. And I did it. And then the moments that are great are also brief too. Everything's so brief. So it's just kind of recognizing the present moment for what it is and hanging on to it for as long as you can, because it's just going to slip away.